Syafikah, and today I'm going to talk about the biography of the author. Louisa May Alcott was an American novelist, short story writer, and poet who was born in 1832 in Pennsylvania and died from a stroke at the age of 55 in 1888 in Boston. She was a feminist and an unmarried woman who was actively participating in reform movements and had contributed to several publications which promoted women's rights throughout her life. In addition, she served as a civil war nurse, campaigned against segregation, and enrolled females to vote a pipe from enchanting millions of readers with her literary works as early as 19 years old to support her family where they suffered from financial difficulties. Louisa May Alcott wrote many notable literary works such as Little Woman, Little Man, Joyce Boys, and also Eight Cousins, and the author's subject primarily falls within young adult fiction. She was best known for her writing the novel Little Woman, which was published in 1868, whereas it was inspired from Alcott's childhood journey as the second of four daughters. The novel is set in her house, which is the Alcott's family house, and during that time the novel was well received, where audiences considered it as an appropriate for many age groups and was popular among children and adults, which has been adapted to the television, stage, and film, hence was an immediate success for her. Alcott's literary works for adults and younger audiences became well known, and when she started to achieve massive success for her fiction in the 1860s, the publication of her lesser-known works related to critical attention in her adult literature. She started her early writing career by using her pen names such as A.M. Burnett and Flora Fairfield, which then she used her own name after she was ready to commit to her writing.
Hello, my name is Isma Rafidah and I am going to continue presenting on Louisa May Alcott. Louisa May Alcott had published various writings throughout her life, although her most famous work, Little Woman, published in 1868, she actually started writing earlier than that. Her first collection of work, Flower Fables, was written in 1854. Her various writing consists of short stories, poems, and also novels. She published several of her early poems anonymously or under the pseudonym A.M. Barnett. One of them is the unpublished A Long Fatal Love Chase in 1866, but later published in 1995. These works became potboilers that received instant commercial success due to the after effects of mercury poisoning that she caught during her time as a nurse. Her health actually worsened. However, that did not stop her from writing. It is not arguable that Louisa's work has inspired a lot of people until this day. Her famous novel, Little Woman, had been remade in various versions such as films, television series, and animes. Therefore, Louisa May Alcott has definitely become one of the most prominent writers, which works are still well known and motivating until today. That's all for me, and thank you for listening.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Farhana Izzati, and for my part, I am going to talk about Alcott's famous literary work, which is a book entitled Little Women. This book was published in 1868, where the main characters are four sisters who are Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy. They were also friends with a boy named Laurie, who was their neighbor. The book was inspired by Alcott's own biography, as the main character named Jo from the book. Jo was passionate in writing and wanted to become a writer. She was also a tomboy and with bad temper and also considered impatient person. One of the issues that I would like to highlight in this novel is gender stereotyping. Jo wanted to become a writer and earn a living, but during that time, work's only reserved for men. And as for Laurie, he wanted to pursue music instead of business, but somehow music is for women because it's considered to have the feminine side. The theme from this novel is obviously independent. Jo did not believe in romance. When Laurie confessed his feelings to her, she rejected him because she wanted to work as a writer, and she also did not believe that she was capable of being a wife or a mother. As you know, Louisa May Alcott is a feminist woman. However, for this novel, Little Woman, many critics criticize her book as not a feminist work. They say it's because the ending of the novel did not portray Jo's independence. Since she had turned down Laurie when he confessed, but later on she married Professor Bear. Then she gave up on her writing. Here we can see that the ending is going towards a different path in Jo's life. But however, this book still inspired a lot of people, and it made into several adaptations. Several film adaptations. Besides that, after Little Woman gained attention, Alcott made 2 sequels for the novel, which are Little Men and Jo's Boys, which was published in 1871 and 1886 respectively. Okay, in general, these 3 books have taught the readers lots of lessons, such as we should always try our best in anything that we do and try to become a better person in the future. So that's it for my part. I'll pass to the next presenter.
Louisa May Alcott has made many contributions to society throughout her life that made her a well-known author to this day. Firstly, she was an abolitionist and a feminist who raised her voice for the women's rights throughout her life. She was involved in reform movements such as the temperance movement and women's suffrage during her entire life. In mid-19th century America, she decided to be a literary writer. It was a period when it was not common choice for a lady, and she pushed the boundaries for 19th century women writers. Because of this, she contributed to many publications that advocated the rights of women. She also produced many literary works that featured feminist characters in her writings. During the Gilded Age, she was one of the female authors who addressed women's issues in a progressive ways. For example, her most well-known novel, Little Woman. As a result of her literary works, American literature was profoundly influenced by her writing style. She produced nearly 300 literary works during her lifetime, which were critically acclaimed in her day. Her views on abolition, feminism, and other social topics were expressed deeply in her novels. Even though her works usually describe the regular life during 19th century America, they are still relatable to modern and multicultural readers. Louisa May Alcott wrote books about people of all ages and races that are still inspirational today.